Dear friends, my name is Najib Tariq from Spur Consultation Services, and today the topic of my video is business communication. So if you people are interested to know about business communication, then this video is for you. I will also request you to like my video, subscribe my channel and click on the bell icon. So coming back to the business communication, if we talk about the communication definition, it is the flow of ideas, perception or information from one person to the other. And generally talking about communication takes place among all living creatures. It takes place in all animals, birds, plants, even microorganisms. But human beings are the most complex creature, and so is their communication. And in the communication, there are two parts of communication. Generally, communication is always been misunderstood and underestimated. Like generally what people think, like one person who is a very good speaker, he is a very good communicator. I personally believe that speaking is half of the communication, maybe even less than half. The other greater part is listening. If somebody is not good in listening, he is not good in communication. So listening is as important as speaking. And if we talk about the total process of communication, it includes 5 elements. One is the speaker, and then the message, and then the medium, and then the receiver, and then the feedback. And this whole process goes again and again. And especially the central part, the medium, there are a lot of barriers in that medium. Like what one person wants to say, sometimes he is not able to communicate properly or express his feeling into the words in the right way. In the same way, the second party sometimes that is not able to exactly perceive those words, those messages which have been communicated to them. So due to this barriers in communication, a lot of problems take place. And I personally believe that in the world, all the conflicts arise because of these barriers in communication. And if there would have been no barriers in communication, there would have been no conflict, frankly telling you. But in business communication, especially when we talk about business or educated people, when they are communicating on a specific agenda, so they need to understand it properly and they need to overcome all the barriers to the extent they can, so that communication will be effective or efficient. So then another thing comes in communication is verbal and non-verbal communication. What is verbal and non-verbal communication? Verbal communication is all that words we speak in different languages. We speak, we write, we send, we email. There are so many other mediums through which we communicate. But verbal communication are all the words we use, while the non-verbal communication are our gestures, is our body language, is our smile that we use along with our verbal communication. So verbal communication along with the non-verbal communication helps to reduce the barriers. Like once you are listening to a person and the other thing, you are looking at him. If a person is saying something bitter but he's smiling, then you will feel like he's making a joke. He's not serious about it. And then last but not the least, the most important thing is probing. We had a workshop regarding probing. Probing is the art of asking questions. And like frankly telling you openly, broadly, there are two types of probes: closed-ended question and open-ended question. Have you had breakfast? The answer is yes or no. Okay, and what about the program for breakfast? So it needs an extended information. So there's a scale between 1 to 10, for example, open to close questions, and then you can take a combination of open and closed questions to get to the right decision. So that's how communication takes place. It's a very complex procedure, and we should understand it. And the better we understand it, we will be in a position to overcome all the barriers. And then another factor that is important in business communication is the perception. Like there's a speaker whom you know, whom you like. So if he is talking about a topic which you don't even agree, so you will be listening to him. You will be responsive to that. At least you will be listening to that idea, and you will be thinking about that idea. But if a person whom you don't like, if he is saying the same idea which you believe, even then you will rethink about your idea. If he is saying it, is it like that? So there is what is called credibility. The credible person is saying, you are more likely to get convinced. But with those people who you don't know, you come with a presumed credibility. What is presumed credibility? You will just get your ideas about how he's speaking, how he's dressed up, how he looks. So that is a presumed credibility, and by the passage of time, when you will come to know with that person, you will communicate with that person, you will listen to that person, over the period of time you will develop that credibility of that person. This is the reason in many advertisement on TVs, some icons come and they say, like, for example, Wasim Akram is coming and is selling washing powder. So he has nothing to do with the washing powder or washing clothes, but that washing powder companies are using that credibility of Wasim Akram to encash in its in their own message. So this is some part of business communication. It is a vast subject. I cannot complete the whole portion in one video, but I just try to take few points into it, and the most important things I think I have discussed with you. Then please come up with your ideas, give me your feedback, give me your comments, and I will be coming up with more informative videos. Thank you. Bye.